Welcome into SportsSource.tv. This is our overtime segment for the Sports Source. It's a fun one, different one. We've got Chuck Cavaleris down there, Josh Ward, Mike Griffith. John Curry, UT Athletic Director, hangs out with us today. What I'm going to do here, and we did this many years ago when Bruce Pearl first came to town, we had him on, and one of the segments in the show, it was just kind of a get to know me. So it was stuff like, what's your favorite sandwich? I still have people that mention that to me that they liked it. So in kind of a get to know you deal, we're going to ask John Curry some things. And so he's not on the spot. I'm going to have these guys answer along too. It gives him a little more time to prepare. But I do want to say this segment brought to you by Blue Smoke Cigars. The initial store was Smoke and Joe's. It's still in Alcoa. These folks are my longest running client. They've been with us since 2004. We went on the air in 2003. They've been with me longer than anybody. And their new cigar lounge, Blue Smoke Cigar out west, is tremendous. And if you have a chance, if you're a cigar aficionado like myself, you want to drop by there and check them out and thank them for bringing you the Sports Source each and every week. Okay, a dozen somewhat ridiculous questions.
I'm not as funny or as quick-witted as Bruce Pearl, who's my friend.
Yeah, that's tough.
So you got a high bar there.
We'll catch you some slack. Neither are we, so you'll be mixed in fine. First question, I'll let all you guys answer here, starting with Chuck. You're going to a deserted island. You could take one album alone with you onto a deserted island. And you don't have to start with Chuck. Any of these guys, whoever wants to go first can go first. What album are you taking to a deserted
island? If I got to take an album, do I also have to take a record player? Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
There's Chuck. Yeah.
He's already Cavaleris the question.
Okay, there we go.
I would take Yield by Pearl Jam.
Okay, Pearl Jam.
I'd go Out of the Blue, ELO.
Old and in the Way.
What is it?
Old and in the Way.
That's what you would take?
Yeah.
Okay.
By Old and in the Way is the band. Jerry Garcia's band. That's what I would take.
Okay. Okay.
There you go.
Very good. That's telling. I wouldn't have pictured you as a Jerry Garcia deadhead type of guy. That's good to know. Mine, for the record, would be Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses.
That would be pretty miserable on a deserted island.
Well, I fear I'd be alone and angry. So that would be like peace, man. Peace. All right. All-time favorite movie? Chuck.
Wow. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Okay. Wow. There we go.
I think it fits so far. Godfather 2. I'll go with the
2.
sequel.
Very good.
It's corny. I like Days of Thunder.
Wow. I'm a Citizen Kane man myself. What do you got?
The Right Stuff.
Really? Okay. Good deal. The Right Stuff. Interesting. Yeah. That and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I would not have. Well, in Days of Thunder, I wouldn't have expected that. But.
No. It's all technology.
There
Tom
we go.
Cruise at his best.
The Right Stuff.
Yeah.
It's also about team building in a lot of ways. Okay.
So it's Days of Thunder.
Yeah. Right Stuff. Days of Thunder. Okay.
Right there, man.
Godfather 2 kind of is. It depends on which angle
Yes,
you're
that's
looking
right.
at. Yes.
Team disposal.
Team elimination.
Yeah.
High expectations.
Yes.
Okay. You got a long day at work. Best nightcap. Chuck. Wine, beer, liquor, water.
Wine.
Wine.
I would go with beer. I'd go IPA.
Beer man, IPA.
Yeah.
You brew your own, don't you?
I do,
Okay.
yes. Getting into it.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm just a water guy. Boring. Sorry.
Okay.
I can't say lemonade with my daughter.
You could if your daughter's watching. If she's not watching, then what's your real answer?
It'd be a cold beer, and we're fortunate to have a lot of good locally brewed ones around here.
Yeah, that's something that's really changed since you were here. That's the number of breweries in this town has exploded. Not literally, hopefully. All right. Favorite place outside East Tennessee? So nobody gets in trouble here for saying they have a favorite place that's not East Tennessee. Favorite place outside of East Tennessee?
I would go with Hilton Head.
It's hard to beat.
It's growing on me, so I'll say, because I'm going there every summer now, that my wife is taking me with her family each year, the Outer Banks in North Carolina.
Okay.
It's my little hometown in Michigan, Mason, Michigan. My son lives up there, so I love going up there and seeing him and seeing the town folk.
Mine's Boston, as always.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Western North Carolina,
Home. Well,
in a manner of speaking.
okay. Now you were born where?
I was actually born in Philadelphia, but I
Okay.
grew up in Chapel Hill.
Okay. Western North Carolina. Very good. Chapel Hill's more middle to eastern North Carolina. So why Western North Carolina?
Well, I grew up spending a lot of time in the mountains at a Presbyterian Conference Center on the other side of Asheville, and that's still where I have a lot of great family friends.
It wouldn't be like in the Oaks, would it? Or
Not in the Oaks, but in the same
one over
general
there. Okay.
vicinity.
Yeah. Okay. Let me do just for you. Okay. Just for you here. Best single move by a general manager or athletic director ever.
Bill Polian drafting Peyton Manning.
That's just It's just too easy at times.
But he's right. I mean, he's right, isn't he? I mean, that turned out to be a pretty good move over Ryan Leaf.
I give you credit for not saying, what's your favorite movie? The game tapes of Peyton Manning was here. All right.
I'm halfway through.
Yeah, there you go. All right. One thing you wish all fans knew.
Probably, I think a lot of our fans have perspective on this, but how hard our student athletes work across the board in their different sports and disciplines. And, sometimes you hear fans that say, well, it looks like that kid doesn't even care or whatever.
Right.
And there couldn't be anything further from the truth when you see our student athletes and the different things they're balancing and the different priorities and choices that they've made in their lives.
Okay. One thing you wish you could make the media understand.
I don't have a specific answer to that question because I think the media has a job to do, and it's your job to ask questions and elicit information, and I don't take it personally when I'm asked.
Good answer. Everybody's going to like that one, at least in the media. All right.
Doesn't mean I'll always answer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
It's my job. My job is different sometimes.
That's right. Yeah. I thought you did a good job today's show, by the way.
Well, thank you.
I tried to hit you with a couple of different shots. Couldn't get there. All right. This is for everybody. Best concert you ever saw?
Boy, that's a tough one.
It is good. I don't know if I have a concert. Bonnaroo. I went to Bonnaroo one year.
Okay, that counts.
Yeah, okay. And then, so I'm giving you two answers. The most surprised I've ever been was seeing Snoop Dogg and how into the show he was. It was outdoors, it was pouring rain, and Snoop couldn't have been better.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be impressed if Mr. Curry here also goes with Snoop Dogg. Best concert you ever saw, Mike?
38 special.
38 Special in the Days of Thunder. Cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'd
Chuck.
probably go with Bob Dylan in Atlanta. Now that I think about it, that was a great show.
That's pretty strong. I would go because of who I was with, and it went for 3 hours. John Fogerty just killed it one night. Absolutely went nuts. Did everything CCR had ever done. Did his songs. Awesome. What's the best concert you ever saw?
Well, I did meet Snoop Dogg.
So you're one up.
Look at that.
I think at the Oklahoma national championship game against Alabama. I met Snoop Dogg in the. Actually, I didn't really meet him, but I walked by him.
Yeah.
tried to
Right, he's a
meet
big
him.
football guy.
Yeah, but my third year maybe at K-State, my wife surprised me for my birthday with tickets to the Kenny Chesney concert in Wichita, and that was a great slice of home. We had a great time going down there.
Can I ask who he rooted for that night, or just doesn't matter?
You have a K-State hat on?
I was all Kenny Chesney that night.
Not
I
you,
did not,
him.
I did
Yeah,
not
he-
have a K-State hat on. I had a ball cap on.
No,
and I
Kenny
was
Chesney
smoking
would. Kenny Chesney.
Yeah,
would.
Kenny is a fan of a lot of teams.
I cannot remember.
Exactly.
Safe money as he had on a purple hat.
Down in Wichita, you never know.
Favorite professional team? Pick one, any sport. What's
Without
your-
question, since 1966 on Thanksgiving Day, the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, everybody, I'm Patriots. What do you got?
I would say Oakland Raiders.
Oakland Raiders,
Denver Broncos.
Denver Broncos.
So I was born in Philadelphia, so I kind of grew up on the Philadelphia teams as a kid, even though I didn't live there. So I would probably, I'll say the Titans.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
And if Peyton Manning were playing, I know where you'd have gone then too. Okay.
Broncos. Browns.
Very good.
The Browns. That's my favorite team. Browns.
Yeah, there you go. Smart on his feet. That's good. That's good. All right. Favorite hobby? This is just for you. Favorite hobby? Or just do you have a hobby? That's one of the interesting things when people talk about Butch Jones. It's like, well, what's he do for a hobby? He doesn't have any hobbies. He just lives football.
I like exercise. I like being outside in the outdoors. I like music. I like spending time with my family.
Okay. One bad habit you'd like to drop, or your wife would like for you to drop.
Well, there's not one that my wife would like me to drop. There's a number.
Okay.
There's a number.
Yeah,
of
we don't want to do a list.
There's a number of them. I need to do a better job of getting home to my family. That's a bad habit.
Okay.
Not getting home and not being engaged when I am home. Got to put that phone away, leave it in the car.
Good deal. And last question here out of our dozen. This one's kind of serious for you. Single biggest hurdle facing you / the UT Athletic Department today. What is the biggest thing standing between you, between Tennessee, getting back to the Doug Dickey heydays when they're good in almost every sport?
Well, I'm going to give you two. You asked for one, I'm going to give you two. One, but they go hand in hand. One is that the level of competition has increased dramatically as you've had scholarship limitations in the early 90s, and then the proliferation of resources that we've seen over the last number of years has been a great equalizer. And some of the inherent advantages that we had 20 or 30 years ago because we had built big facilities and figured out how to raise money and capitalize on marketability and all that kind of stuff have been negated, so to speak. So it really goes back to great people and great teamwork and building the right kind of culture, and I think we're well on our way towards that. And the other aspect that all people in any kind of business, or certainly in the higher education world, and college athletics is not a business. We're an enterprise with business principles, right? And in an enterprise like that, resource allocation and resource generation to areas of the greatest need and the greatest impact is something we have to focus on every single day.
Very good. Chuck, Josh, Mike, thank you all for being here. Thanks to all our sponsors, specifically Blue Smoke Cigar in this segment. John Curry, thanks again.
Thanks, John.
Appreciate you coming by and doing this, putting up with our nonsense, and also handling the questions we threw at you early on. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back over here at some point.
Absolutely.
And good luck this fall and this winter. Hope things break your way to where you're not having to put up with a lot of heat and nonsense.
Let's go win some games.
Good deal. Folks, we will see you next Sunday, 11 a.m. WATE6 for our 15th anniversary show. So we're going to do some things that look back, but we're also going to talk a lot about UT football since we couldn't get into it today. Next Sunday morning, 11 a.m., Channel 6. See you there. Thank you.